Right, everyone. You've seen Godzilla Minus One Minus Color. So that's basically the Godzilla Minus One film, which is excellent, minus any color. So it's black and white. Um, I was wondering if there would be the point of that initially. I remember people talking about the black and white version of the excellent Mad Max Fury Road. A lot of people thought there was no point in that, but after watching this black and white print of the Godzilla Minus One, I think there is for a couple of reasons. First off, this movie is basically like a remake, like I said before, the original 1954 Godzilla. Do definitely see the Japanese version, not the Ken Miller one. That's a good movie, but not as good. Definitely go see that. This that was in black and white. It had kind of a grainy kind of look to it. I think even NXT, I don't think it would. So it kind of looked like it could have been from the war that the film itself is very much a reference to. In this case, it looks more like perhaps an NXT version of say one of Kira Kurosawa's films from the early 1960s. You know, the Kurosawa was considered a brilliant director, and his films such as The Seven Samurai, which I have seen. It is a war movie, by the way. Are excellent. This movie here is very much going for that kind of standard of excellence, and sit and tone and look and everything. So that is kind of appropriate, and it is a reflection upon a dark period in Japanese history, of course, where most Japanese pictures were in black and white. Just like a lot of the American movies would have been as well. So that does make some sense as well. I think it does add some gravity to the film. Not that it didn't have it already, but it kind of does make it seem a little bit more serious. I don't know if Hollywood will think it is or not, but it seemed that way to me. It's just one person's opinion, you know. One humanoid's opinion. Also, I think visually it's kind of striking for certain scenes. Other times not so much, but some scenes it really kind of comes off more visually stunning. Oh yes, and there's that wonderful lass here. This director here of this fine and regal cinema here. And Thomas is a wonderful lass. Sort of get rid of the tone. That Godzilla Minus One Minus Color is a complete opposite of what G cross K is probably going to be. I would imagine. That one looks like it'll be fun, but this one is more serious. Hey, were there any posters for the Godzilla Minus One Minus Color?
There was one.
There was.
Yeah, it was in color too. It was.
Well, I just saw the minus one.
Sure.
I just saw the Minus One release. The Minus One Minus Color.
Did it make a difference that it was not in color?
I think in some ways it kind of made it seem more serious.
Really?
I don't know why, but maybe.
Sounds good.
The original, of course, wasn't black and white.
That's what they were trying to do. Bring it back to the original.
Yes, and it is the 70th anniversary, by the way, of Godzilla. Godzilla, as they would say it. So later on, we get to go and see this latest American version, and that should be a fun one. Should you go back to the way things were back in the 70s, you know, with when Godzilla was just a fun guy beating up on other monsters and all that.
They're teaming up. That's King Kong.
Yes, it looks like it. This Godzilla Minus One Godzilla is not teaming up with anyone. He does not like you. Now, something I did think of when I go to see this black and white screening of it. So this is the second time I've seen this picture in a way, I guess. This is just a reflection upon the war, as the Japanese often call it, World War II, you know, or the Great Pacific War, as many people in Asia call it. Post-traumatic stress disorder, suicide, and all that kind of stuff. There's some really heavy stuff here. And you know, facing tragedy of different kinds, and what do you do about it? And you know, guilt and remorse and all those kind of stuff. I certainly could. It can really be kind of a tearjerker of sorts when you think about it that way. If you're thinking about it the way people might normally think of Godzilla movie, like these American Godzilla movies, right? That is not going to happen. But if you think of it that way, I think which is probably what the producers here intended, and the actors, and you probably that might very well happen, especially if you've had trauma in your life. I think a lot of us have. I think we've all dealt with our own monsters in this world, and in our heads, which perhaps can be more scary than reality itself. I hope you can overcome your monsters in your head and in the world. I hope that your war can finally be over. It's a metaphor in the film, and that you want to live. That's also in there. I want you to live. I want you to want to live. I want your war to be over. I want you to slay those monsters in your head. Don't let them overcome you. Live for yourself. Live for your family. This world has so much to offer. Like, subscribe, stay foxy.